Hey student, watch this video and learn how to improve your listening in English. Coming up. Hey friends, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. First of all, thank you so much for joining this English lesson. From Monday to Friday, I have many different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker, so consider subscribing. There's always something new to help you. Now, how to prove your listening in English. I have many videos here on my channel where I talk about that, where I give you strategies, even exercises. I talk about mistakes people make. So today, I decided to make another video because I get a lot of questions about listening. Just last weekend, I told people on my Instagram to ask me questions, and there were many questions about listening. That's why I decided to make this video tonight. Now, before I move on, make sure to download my free ebook. The link is in the descriptions of this video. It's free. All you gotta do is register your best email and you should receive more information, okay? Now, how much you listen versus how you versus how you listen. You see, many people many students worry too much about how many times they listen, how much they listen. And they don't put so much energy on how they should listen, on the kind of exercises they should be doing. Because at the end of the day, guys, you are not a baby anymore. And I say that with all respect in my heart, okay? Because you're not a baby, you cannot simply learn like babies do. There are other things required for adults to understand a language, okay? Now, it is nice if you spend time listening and listening and listening, but listening on the way to work, for example, as many people do, may seem like a productive moment, but are you really paying attention? I don't know about you, but whenever I am outside and I'm listening to something in English, I don't pay attention. Sometimes I'm there, but I'm not there. I'm listening, and when I realize, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't listen. I wasn't paying attention. So you see, it's not how much you listen, it's how you listen to things in English, okay? I get this question all the time. Should I listen to things 30 minutes a day, 40 minutes a day, 1 hour a day? Is that gonna help me? No, that's not necessarily what is gonna help you. It's how you sit down and study. Do you really focus all your time and energy whenever you are practicing your listening? Because let's say, for example, YouTube. I do that, okay? I love YouTube. I use YouTube in my free time, and I notice that sometimes I'm doing the dishes and the video is on, okay? The video is playing and I am doing the dishes or cooking. And after the video is over, I don't remember 10% of what the person was saying, okay? So I'm not really there. Sometimes I pay attention. Maybe the speaker says something interesting or something that catches my attention. But as I said, it's not how much I listen, it's how. Usually at this moment of my day, I don't consider that practice time. I just consider that, I don't have a TV at home. I don't really have a TV. I don't like TV. So sometimes instead of listening to music, I turn on YouTube and I see what's going on. I go on YouTube and I see what's out there. Maybe I check the recommendations, but I am not really there, okay? So be careful. And this happens to Netflix too. Sometimes I'm binge watching Netflix, trying to find something, but I'm not there again. I am chatting with my friends, I'm talking to people, I'm checking Instagram, I'm checking Facebook. But if someone asks me, hey, what was happening in the movie? I'll be like, cricket? I don't know, okay? So be mindful of that. It's not how much, it's how you listen. And this leads me to the next one. Explore what you listen, okay? Now, what do I mean by exploring what you listen? As I told you, it's not about hitting play and listening, yo. It's about exploring the audio. What new words did you learn? How can you use those words, So, okay, there is a new word. I checked the meaning. Did you check the pronunciation as well? How to pronounce that word correctly? Could you write some examples so that you can check if you really understood how to use that word? How about pronunciation, as I said? Did you check it out? Did you take a moment to repeat after the speaker, repeating after what he or she says? Did you try to imitate the way the speaker connects the words? Because I have some videos where I talk about this here on my channel. Sometimes it seems like native speakers are speaking too fast, when in reality they are just connecting the words, because that's very common in English, okay? In my own language, that is common too. When we are speaking words in Portuguese, we connect the words. We link them together. So did you take a moment to pay attention to what native speakers are doing in the audio you are listening to? There are so many things you can do while listening to something in English, listening to a material. So it's important to take the time to explore that. And unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, but on the way to work, on the way to school, or while you're running outside or at the gym, will not be the appropriate moment for you to do that, because you are focused on something else. You're doing something else. And while you are there, you may be listening to something, but you're not really exploring what you listen. This is a different practice. This is the practice that requires you to sit down at a calm, quiet place with a notebook, something you can take notes on, and listen, okay? It's really focused attention, okay? Now, in this moment, when I say explore what you listen, it is important that you have the transcript of the audio you are listening to, okay? So if you just pick random audios in English on the internet that have no transcript, it'll be more difficult for you to focus, okay? Because what I want you to do here is practice. And to do that, you need the transcript, okay? There's no shame in using the transcript at the right moment. So this is a moment for you to improve your listening. So you need the transcript, okay? Here on my channel right now, I'm making this video live, so there are no subtitles, but I'm working really hard to edit the videos and add the subtitles. I do them by myself. I don't have anyone doing that for me. So I'm always coming back to the videos and editing the subtitles, adding the subtitles, because I know that if you follow what I tell you, you will need to use the subtitles, because that means exploring what you're listening to, okay? So be more active with what you listen. Otherwise, you're never going to feel improvement. You're always going to feel like, oh man, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not moving forward. So if this resonates with you, how about hitting the like button? When you hit the like button, YouTube understands that this is an interesting video. So you've been watching my lesson. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. So support the channel by hitting the like button, or maybe subscribing. Why not? Now, to the last tip of the night. This is not an overnight process, okay? As I've mentioned to you guys, I have been studying Italian. I started in August last year, yes. And for the first 7 months, I studied by myself. I didn't do any lesson. Right now, I am taking lessons. But for 7 months, I didn't. And I noticed that my listening improved. Wow, considerably, okay? Improved a lot. But I still have problems, okay? I still need to learn more vocabulary. Sometimes I understand, but I don't know the word. So I understand the phrase, but I don't really understand the word. I don't understand what it means. So this means it's not an overnight process. I can have a very good conversation with someone in Italian, but I know that I need to keep doing this. I need to keep challenging myself with more and more difficult audios in Italian, okay? So this is what I mean by it's not an overnight process. Improving your listening will take time. Now, it will take even more time if you use the wrong strategies. If you believe that just by listening on the way to work, you're improving. So many students come to me with this frustration because they believe they are doing they believe they're doing the right thing, when in reality, they're not. So if you use the wrong strategies, it'll take you more time to achieve better results. Okay, so I believe that if you combine activities that help you explore the audio you're listening to, if you have the transcript so that you can check vocabulary, even check structure, because everything in English is combined. It's not only about working on your listening, but also grammar, reading, writing. Everything is connected. One skill will influence the other. So if you want to become a better English speaker who can understand and talk to people in English, you may want to reconsider that it's not an overnight process and all the English skills are connected. So maybe you have a problem of vocabulary. Maybe you need to learn more about pronunciation and intonation and stress and how native speakers connect words in English. So it's not just listening, but there are other things you need to consider. And to study them, you can't just do that on the way to work or while you are at the gym or while you are, having free time and watching my lesson right now. I think you're watching, if you're paying attention, you should be taking notes and thinking about, okay, what can I change in my listening practice so that I can apply these strategies that Teacher Prix is giving me. So that's what I mean by explore what you listen, because that way you will be having a more productive listening practice. And this listening practice doesn't need to be for hours and hours, okay? Because there's so much we can do with our time. And I believe you have other priorities in life. You have other things you enjoy doing. So this is important to consider, especially as an adult. Adults have more responsibilities. They are busier. They have things to do. They have families. They have friends. And they also need to study English. So you need to balance those things you do in your life so that you have enough time to practice your listening without overwhelming yourself with activities, okay? But at the same time using good strategies to help you really improve your listening skills, okay? Other than that, my friends, I would love to know, what is your listening routine like? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this lesson, I ask you to share this lesson with your friends. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow for another English lesson. Bye-bye.